Man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, Jake Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like Beezy, man, make sure y'all follow my Twitch, subscribe to my second channel. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. For all my new subscribers and new viewers, you know what I'm saying? If you want to go watch terrifying and disaster stories like this, true story reactions is what I call it in the playlist section. So make sure y'all go tune into your boy. But we got Sunk in 68 Seconds, the Yuri Lipski tragedy. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I've done some terrible, I've done some videos. I just could not believe that happened to a human being, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I've done some crazy. I would say my favorite my top 3 playlists, bro, that I've done of mine is first the scare reactions. I'm always gonna go with the scare reactions. The true story reactions, bro, playlist section, I feel like it's very slept on. And the true crime, you know what I mean? But I like the fails reactions too. But man, I've seen some, like, I ain't gonna lie, like I've reacted to some like crazy videos that I feel like y'all need to see, honestly. Like, I reacted to a video of 2 maintenance workers getting burnt alive. Oh my God, that was crazy, bro. Bro, y'all just go tune into it, bro. It's crazy.
Uncontrollably, 91 meters.
And these are true stories, like, happen to true, like, real time, bro. You know, like, I read to another story. Dang near, I think like 70 people died off an explosion, off a simple mistake. A gas freaking leak, bro, blew up 70, like 70, close to 70 some people died, bro. It's true stories.
The bottom of a blue hole in 3 minutes. This diving
instructor
found himself in one of the world's most well-known diving accidents, which started as a thrilling dive turned into a horrifying nightmare.
Is this hell?
The camera mounted on the young diver recorded his final moments. On April 28th, in the year 2000, during a vacation in Dahab, Egypt,
on vacation?
20-year-old Russian diving instructor Yuri Lipski wanted to do a technical dive to the bottom of a deep blue sinkhole. He asked around for an experienced technical diver to accompany him, but they all refused, telling him that it was too dangerous since...
Y'all see what I said? Y'all mean when I say, like, in the beginning of my other videos, I'd be like, mainly when people die, before people die, you got some people that die without warning, but I feel like, and I said this before, 95% of the time of people that dies, it's a warning before you die. So you don't think that was like a warning, like you don't need to go diving? So you just ignored all the little, even the diving experts, you just ignored all there is too dangerous. You just ignored all the warnings and then chose to go down there yourself. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like he killed himself. It's like, if that's not a warning, then I don't know what is, man.
A diver to accompany him, but they all refused,
at this point,
telling him that it was too dangerous.
It's a warning.
He was only staying there for 2 days, and the preparations for such a dive would take weeks and special equipment. But Yuri was determined. Despite the lack of special equipment and just 2 days to prepare, the young diving instructor decided to do the unthinkable.
It's just dumb.
The blue hole is a massive natural sinkhole sitting just a few meters from the shore, located a few kilometers from the city. Its underwater structure reaches depths as far as 130 meters, more than 400 feet, with the bottom sloping at an angle, gradually leading to the edge of a cliff, before plunging steeply to the depths of over 1,000 meters, or 3,300 feet.
Y'all hear this?
Often referred to as the Diver's Cemetery.
The Diver's Cemetery. It's referred to as the Diver's Cemetery, and this man still chose to dive in. Hey, long live you, bro. R.I.P. to you, bro. But I honestly cannot feel sorry for you. It's like it's sad when anybody dies, but bro, you killed yourself, bro. It was self-inflicted to the core, bro. You know, even all the other videos I do, it'd be self-inflicted. Like, y'all I honestly feel like you just don't want to live anymore. It's like, at the end of the day, man, R.I.P. to you, man. But bro, you killed yourself, bro.
Meter deep submarine sinkhole is reputed to have the most diver fatalities in the world.
You still chose to go down.
Between 130 and 200.
Hold on, see that go his memorial now. See, look.
Fatalities in the world.
All the other memorials. You got James Paul Smith. You got Karl Marx. All the memorials wasn't assigned. Now look,
ranging between
now his memorial up there. You feel what I'm saying?
130 and 200 fatalities in the last decade.
So the divers see the memorial and still choose to go down.
To what extent Yuri was aware of this is uncertain, but what he surely didn't know
it was
that
uncertain.
a stubborn dive would soon become a nightmare. With his diving gear equipped, Yuri entered the water at around 5 p.m.
Is that serious?
To document his journey, he wore a video camera strapped around his head to show the dive from his own perspective. Several other divers were present, as seen in the footage. What the camera doesn't show is that, according to witnesses, Yuri was not wearing an extra diving cylinder. This was a critical mistake. Without it, he risked suffering nitrogen narcosis, a lethal condition that can make divers suddenly feel drunk and incapable of making rational decisions. As Yuri descended, he slowly started moving away from the group, and the number of people around him decreased. Soon, it was just Yuri and his rolling camera. At first, everything seemed fine. The sunlight grew dimmer as Yuri slowly sank deeper into the ocean. Whether he was aware of it or not, every few meters, his consciousness was slowly beginning to change. At 10 meters, or 33 feet below, his lungs were now only taking in half the amount of air they had been at the surface. However, he was steadily breathing denser and denser air, and his bloodstream was absorbing more and more nitrogen. Recreational diving guidelines forbid traveling lower than 40 meters or 130 feet. Yuri was descending well beyond 40 meters, but worse still, he wasn't actively monitoring his depth. Within seconds, Yuri started sinking uncontrollably. He desperately tried to slow his descent, but to no avail. Inflating his buoyancy control device had no use. He was too heavy. The water pressure increased rapidly, which in turn increased the pressure inside Yuri's lungs. He began to panic. The surface of the water continued to disappear above him, and nitrogen narcosis impaired his mobility and distorted his mind the further he plummeted. In what seemed like mere seconds, he was past 80 meters.
You know your body can explode? Do you know, like, you going deep down in the ocean is impossible? Him going that deep, bro, your body can explode from the amount of pressure. You know what I'm saying? From the amount of pressure, bro. Our bodies cannot take certain amount of pressure. So him going that deep, I could have sworn in the beginning of the video he said that his body exploded. So I think Yuri is unrecognizable. I think Yuri is over there, everywhere. He's fish bait, short bait. You go that deep down the ocean, your body is going to explode, bro. I think Yuri's body explode.
Twice the limit for recreational
He's
diving.
dead. Of course he's dead. Seen the memorial.
He tried to inflate his buoyancy control
He's finna blow
device
up.
even more, but it was already full.
His body is
And
gonna
suddenly,
explode.
It burst open. Air rushed out of his chest, sealing his fate. Finally, at just over 91 meters, Yuri landed face down at the bottom of the sea. At 5:11 p.m. on April 28, 2000, the camera stopped recording. Yet remarkably, this isn't the last thing the camera would ever capture. Roughly a week later, on May 5th, the camera would again be turned on, this time in the hands of a local Egyptian technical diver named Tarek Omar. What he discovered that day would send shivers down your spine. In the span of just over 7 minutes, Yuri had gone from standing on a sunny beach to lying dead on the bottom of the blue hole, and he had captured the whole thing on video. Now, he was a grisly discovery waiting to be found. The man in charge of finding him was Tarek Omar. As the local diving expert with vast rescue experience, Tarek Omar had the unenviable task of being the guy to call when accidents happen at the world's deadliest diving site. After Yuri did not return from his dive at the Blue Hole, Omar got the call he never looks forward to getting. Omar treats every emergency like a rescue mission, but sadly, all too often they end up being about simply recovering the body. The case of Yuri Lipski was no different. First, Omar had to enter the Blue Hole and examine the situation. The site is so big that this took an entire day. Omar says he eventually found Yuri lying face down on the ocean floor, motionless. There was nothing Omar could do. Yuri had clearly been dead since well before anyone knew he was missing. On the second day, Omar re-entered the water, this time to recover Yuri's body. Now, the only thing for Omar left to do was to figure out what really happened. He noticed several things about the state Yuri was in. One was that, according to Omar, Yuri had about 12 kilograms of lead on his belt, which, combined with his other equipment, suggested Yuri was carrying too much weight for such a dangerous dive. Omar also noticed Yuri's ruptured buoyancy compensator, as well as the fact that he apparently entered the water with only 12 liters of compressed air. But that's not all.
Why, Yuri?
In addition, Omar spotted Yuri's camera. Initially, he assumed it was broken because that particular type of camera is only supposed to work at a maximum depth of 75 meters.
Tell me why!
Part of the evidence to collect. He brought it up to the surface along with Yuri's equipment and his lifeless body.
You hating seeing this junk, bro. Like, get the frick off my screen. I be hating seeing this junk, bro. Like, stuff that could be so avoidable pisses me off, man. Just keep it cool. I'm gonna just keep it real, man. You know what I'm saying? Pisses me off. You know what I mean? It's like, it's such avoidable, man. You know what I'm saying? Such avoidable, bro. Long live Yuri, though, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're this and oh, you're that, you know. Just wish you could make smarter decisions, man. You know, Yuri, man.
Omar thought this part in the ordeal was
make smarter decisions.
It was only after contacting local authorities and sorting through the
records
that Tarek Omar made a heart-stopping discovery. The camera had survived. Not only that, but the video it had captured during the dive was
caught his death.
Omar likely became the first person to view what is now one of the most viewed diving videos ever recorded. As devastating as it was to watch, Omar says the video seemed to confirm many of his suspicions. He now believes Yuri died due to 3 main causes. 1, his gear made him too heavy. 2, his vest failed. And 3, most importantly, he clearly suffered from acute nitrogen narcosis. But even watching the video and having his worst fears confirmed wasn't the most difficult part for Omar. Yuri's mother was in Dahab. In fact, it was she who had originally contacted Omar, saying she hadn't heard from her son and was worried for his safety. Omar later said that if he had known about the footage on the video camera, he would have, in his words, flooded it. No mother should have to see her own son drowning on camera, but instead, Yuri's belongings were returned to his mother, including the camera with the harrowing footage on it. Omar says he remains haunted by the knowledge that Yuri's mother had to see what even complete strangers find unwatchable. But he actually had a chance to stop Yuri from doing the dive that ultimately took his life. Tarek Omar had actually met Yuri Lipski when Yuri was walking around Dahab, trying to find a diving partner. Like the others, Tarek had strongly warned Yuri against attempting the dive. He knew from experience that something like this was all too likely to happen, but tragically, like all the rest, Yuri ignored his warnings. Instead, Yuri became, in a very dark sense, the most famous diver in the world, at least for that time. While Yuri's death may have deterred many from ever getting in a diving suit, it has also served as a profound cautionary tale for over 2 decades within the sport. Today, the cliffside by the entrance to the Blue Hole is littered with tombstones and small memorials. One of the most prominent reads, Yuri Lipski, October 1st, 1977 to April 28th, 2000. You will always be with us, Mama.
Dang, bro. That's definitely, you know what I'm saying, sad, man. You know, I'm never going to, you know, get on here and just overdo it, you know, but Yuri, man, it was so avoidable, man. Long live Yuri, though, man. It's sad when anybody life gets taken, man. Very sad to hear, man. But dang, man, avoidable Yuri, man. It's avoidable. Dang, man.